Hello students, this is Sagarika Mohanty. Welcome to Business Studies classes. In previous classes, we discussed about the concept of a Hindu undivided family. And in these classes, we discuss about the new concept that is partnership. Let's start our topic. So, what is the meaning of partnership? The partnership is a relationship between persons who agreed to share the profit of the business carried on by all or any of them acting for all. That means to form a partnership business, you have to require a relationship between persons. And at least two persons is required. Then next, such persons have agreed. That means for this purpose, agreement is required. And such agreement may be two types. One is oral agreement, another is written agreement. Oral agreement means the agreement can be done through the word of mouth. Or written agreement means there should be a legal formalities required to start a partnership business. Then after that, the agreement, they share the profit. They share the profit as well as the loss of the partnership business. And the business carried on by all. That means the business can be carried by all the partners or any of them acting for all. That means if any partner is absent, then another partner can continue the business. For this purpose, we can take an example that. And another point is when individual partner is known as, individually we call the partners and collectively known as partnership firm. So for this purpose, we take an example that A, B and C are partners. That means A is a partner, B is a partner and C is a partner. That means individually they called partner. When they comes together, this is known as a partnership firm. That means collectively we call partnership firm. For this purpose that A, B, C are partner who carried on the all. The business is carried by all the partners A, B, C. And any of them acting for all means if A is absent or A is stay out of station, then B and C can continue the. We discuss the features of partnership. The first features is formation. Formation means to start a partnership business. So it is governed by the Indian Partnership Act 1932. It came into existence through the legal agreement among the partners. So the legal agreement is basically related to the terms and conditions. And such terms and conditions may be the name of partner, the name of business, their profit and loss sharing ratios, etc. So that means to form a partnership business, you have to go through the legal agreement. The next is liability. We know the meaning of liability. Liability is related to the burden of the firm. So here the liability is basically unlimited. That means the personal property can be liable to payment the business debt, because unlimited liability means the business asset is insufficient to recover the business debt. For this purpose, the partners are liable to pay their personal assets to recover this debt. And the unlimited liability can be go through two parts. That is, the partners can repay the debt through jointly or can be paid through the individually. The next is risk bearing. We know the business risk. So whatever the risk arises in the partnership firm, so these are bear by all partners at a agreed ratio. For this purpose, the agreed ratio is set that if the risk arises, then partners are distributed at their agreed ratio. And also loss occurs, then this is also suffered by every partners at their agreed ratio. The next is decision making and control. That means we can say that all the decisions are taken in partnership firm is through a mutual consent. Mutual consent means they decide anything after the discussion with the mutual agreement or mutual agrees. And the joint efforts are go to all partners. The last is your continuity. Continuity is basically related to the automatically dissolved on the death, retirement, insanity or insolvency of any partners. That means the partnership firm closed down after the death of retirement or insanity or insolvency of any partner. Insanity means if the partner's state of mind is not okay, and insolvency means and the partner is inability to pay the business debt, then the partnership firm is dissolved. And after that, the remaining partner can continue its business by doing some new agreement. Next feature is membership. So we know that to form a partnership business, the minimum person is required 2 persons. That means at least 2 members can be the part of the partnership firm. And maximum is, there is 2 maximum limit. One is 100 as per the Companies Act 2013 and another is 50 as per the Rule 10 2014. But at present it is 50 by Government of India. The next is mutual agency. Mutual agency means whatever the decisions are taken by each partners collectively. That means here the every partner act as principal as well as agent. As a principal, the partner is bound by act of other partners, and as an agent, he represents the all partners. That we already studied that in our the definition of partnership, that is any of them acting for all. So these are the basically features of partnership. Next is merit of partnership firm, and the first point is easier formation and closure. Formation means to start the business and closure means to close down the business. We know that the existence with the agreement, that means the partnership business start with the agreement and close down with the mutual consent. And we already discussed that the partnership can be dissolved in case of insanity, bankruptcy or insolvency or death of any partner. And if a remaining partner wants to carry out the business, then they can start the business with a new agreement. The next is balanced decision making. Here that the specialized knowledge, skills and experience of different partners are available. They reduce the burden of work, leads to balanced decisions. Or we can say that whatever the decisions are taken in the partnership firms, these are taken with the mutual consent, or we can say that taken through the collectively decisions. So for this purpose, whatever the output, the result is required the balanced decisions. The next is more funds. Basically more funds is related to the capital contribution, and as there is the more than 2 partners are or at least 2 partners or more than 2 partners are involved in the partnership firm, so the capital contribution is more as compared to the sole proprietorship business, and it also got large resources as compared to the sole proprietorship business. And the next is sharing of risk. As we know that the profits and losses are distributed each the partners at their agreed ratio. So risk is also distributed among the agreed ratio. To this purpose, the burden is also reduced. And the last is secrecy. Secrecy means to maintain the secret information of the business. If we easily keep the secret, that means it does not require to publish the accounts to the public. And partners do not like to leak their sensitive information or secret information because it may hamper the success of the business. And these are basically the merits of partnership. Next we discuss the demerits of partnership. The first point is unlimited liability. We know all the partners in the partnership firm, the liability is basically unlimited, and the liabilities may be jointly as well as individually. That means their personal property is liable to recover the business debt. Next is limited resources. Limited resources is demerit for the partnership through as the partnership firm cannot raise huge financial resources to support large scale business operation due to legal ceiling on the number of partners. As a result, partnership firm face the problem of expansion growth beyond the certain size. The next is possibility of conflicts. Conflicts means the possibility of dispute in the partnership may be the causes of the one of the disadvantages of doing the partnership firm. So the causes arises as we know that every partner enjoy the right of participate in the affairs of the firm's partnership firm's business. Any differences in the opinion of any partner may issue leads to the dispute of the partners. The next is any wrong decisions by the one partner may result the financial ruin of the other partners. And the last is if the partner desire to leave the firm, then it will be leads to the termination of the partnership firm as there is a restriction of the transfer of ownership. So these are the basically related to the dispute in the partnership. Next is lack of continuity. It is related to the running of the partnership business. We know that the life of partnership firm is highly uncertain and unstable, and it can come to end by the way of agreement, by the way of insolvency, by the way of death or insanity of any of the partner, or if the remaining partner wants to carry out the business, then the remaining partner can start with a fresh agreement. Next is lack of public confidence. As we discussed this earlier that as per the partnership firm is not legally required to publish the accounts detail to the public. For this purpose, public may not aware its true financial status. True financial status is basically related to know the financial positions and financial statements of the partnership firm. As a result, the partnership enjoy the low confidence of the public. So these are the basically related to the features, merits, demerits of the partnership firm. Thank you for watching me.